Missed an episode of your favorite podcast? Choose from over a decade of content in our archives, not just the latest episode. All free at GCNlive.com.
Welcome to this week's edition of World Crisis Radio. This is Webster Tarpley speaking to you from Washington, D.C., and it's about 3 o'clock in the afternoon on Good Friday, the 3rd of April, 2015. So this is our Easter and Easter week edition. Now let's start from a relatively promising development. And let us always remember that the essence of the Easter holiday is world peace, right? This is the political import of the holiday, as I've always seen it. So world peace, where do we stand on this? Well, we have the Lausanne Accords approved this week. And with these accords, this preliminary agreement, this framework, whatever it may be called, we have taken an important step towards the pacification of the Middle East. And this is a huge issue, which certainly gives us these cautious reasons for optimism. Now, we don't need to go too much into the technical details, right? The goal of this from the imperialist point of view is to prevent Iran from developing the full nuclear fuel cycle, to attempt to interfere with that, to delay it, and so forth. And remember, anybody who talks about the capability of building a nuclear weapon, if you're trying to deny somebody that capability, then you're essentially saying you will remain backward, underdeveloped, poor, wretched, miserable forever. And that is just not a decent position. It's an absolutely untenable position from the point of view of the progress of human civilization. Now, if you want to say we're going to prevent you from getting a bomb, well, that, I guess, is slightly different. But remember, the nuclear proliferation, the cat is already out of the bag, the genie is out of the bottle. The Israelis, of course, have about 500 plus nuclear weapons. They have a nuclear missile submarine, or 2 of them. They have a second strike deterrent. They have all this stuff, and they wish to deny this to Iran. So, of course, there is an element of double standards, hypocrisy, and all the rest. But what we now have is this agreement that the Iranians will, for example, limit the number of centrifuges they have operating. They'll cut that by 1/3. They'll stop enrichment in the Fordow hardened underground nuclear facility. They will, among other things, dismantle or partially dismantle the heavy water reactor that they had been using as a research reactor to acquire a stock of plutonium and similar things, so that they'll also submit themselves to a robust inspection regime. According to some accounts, the inspection regime is more vigorous than the one accepted by the United States and the Soviet Union back in the 1980s for the strategic arms reduction talks, the START, as well as for the other disarmament treaties of the late Cold War, such as the treaty to limit medium-range and shorter-range nuclear forces in Europe. So The only question I would have about this is whether this goes even too far. It is certainly the case that any honest observer who had been watching these talks, and that's again the P5+1 and the European Union on one side and Iran on the other. So it's China, Russia, United Kingdom, France, United States, Federal Republic of Germany, and European Union, and Iran on the other side. So they're going to limit enrichment. I don't think they have crossed any fatal lines. In other words, the Iranians have not compromised the inherent absolute right of the of Iran and everybody else to have the peaceful uses, atoms for peace, peaceful uses of nuclear energy. But we'll have to see this as it comes out. And remember, we have had Mogherini of the European Union read out the accord at Lausanne University on yesterday, and we've also got this fact sheet, right? It's called. It's the State Department summary of the Lausanne Joint Comprehensive Plan for Action regarding the Islamic Republic of Iran's nuclear program. Now, the Iranians already say that this is not accurate and represents spin, but it is certainly a very promising step. Actually, the one public statement of participant that I think gets closest to the essence is, ironically, German Foreign Minister Steinmeier, who says this is a big, decisive step forward. However, the framework agreement has overcome obstacles that had stood in the way of a deal for a decade. And Steinmeier goes on, if a final agreement is achieved, it could, in my view, not only pave the way for a solution to the Iran conflict, but it would be the first and only conflict in the Middle East where we will have achieved a de-escalation. It could therefore provide hope for easing tensions in the region and between Iran and the Arab states. And that's also the Russian view. Russian Foreign Ministry says the deal can help the security situation in the Middle East, in part because Tehran can now participate more actively in efforts to solve conflicts. Now, inside the P5+1 plus EU negotiating group, the most intransigent, the most intractable and truculent was Fabius, French Foreign Minister. Netanyahu had signaled to him, hey, Fabius, I agree with you more than anybody. So the Fabius has been, I think, grudgingly forced to swallow the agreement. Hollande, the same thing. He says France is going to be watchful to make sure Iran does not have access to nuclear arms. Even the British, well, of course, Philip Hammond, the British Foreign Secretary, is going to say this is more than we thought possible 18 months ago and a good basis for what could be a very good deal. Now, he's got to, of course, Hammond has got to say something good because he's facing an election now in about 33 days. Now, one of the things with the deal that is notable, it goes on longer than was thought. Certain features of this, there are a couple of features of this deal that last for 10 years. There are more features that last for 15 years. There are other parts of the deal that go on for 25 years, and some of them are eternal. They are indefinite. They just go on and on and on. Now, what does this mean? I think one of the objections of the reactionary Republicans, right, the warmongers, that party of warmongers, bigots, speculators, stoners, and reactionaries, is that they want to have the ability to shake up the world from time to time by pulling the chain on this Iran issue. If this deal goes through, if this reaches ratification in 3 months, at the end of June, with the technical details, the Republicans will have lost this lever for their own demagogic success by threatening the peace of the world. Back in a minute.
complain about your cable bill going up and up and up. Do something about it. Grab a pencil and jot down this special number, 1-855-905-MY-TV. The more cable TV rates go up, the better digital satellite TV looks. Say goodbye to the cable guy and get more of your favorite channels in 100% digital quality for less money. Call 1-855-905-MY-TV. Sign up for packages starting as low as $19.99, and there's no equipment to buy. You get free HD TV upgrade, a free DVR upgrade, and free professional installation. You control what you watch when you watch it. Record your favorite shows, pause and rewind live TV, even skip the commercials. Watch local channels too. At just $19.99, what are you waiting for? Pull out your major credit or debit card. Call 1-855-905-MY-TV. 1-855-905-MY-TV. Say goodbye to the cable guy. Cut costs and get more. 1-855-905-MY-TV. 1-855-905-MY-TV.
Gold. It's like nothing else on Earth. From the Romans through the Renaissance, from the Industrial Age to the Space Age, gold has weathered the test of time. For 6,000 years, gold has remained the ultimate store of wealth. According to the World Gold Council and the U.S. Mint, demand is at an all-time high. The stage is being set for the reemergence of gold as the common-sense alternative to a fiat paper currency that gets weaker every day. Midas Resources is proud to offer the hard-hitting report that arms you with the truth you need to protect you and your family from the Fed's plans for your hard-earned money. Don't gamble with your future. Call Midas Resources today and ask for your free copy of As Good as Gold. Call 1-800-686-2237 for the report the Fed hopes you'll never see. As Good as Gold can be yours by calling 800-686-2237. If you have ever thought about owning gold, you must read this report. Call Midas today at 800-686-2237.
Did you know that drinking pure, high-alkaline water is one of the most important factors in maintaining high energy and vibrant health? Most experts agree that the water you drink should be at a pH level of 8 or higher. AlkaVision Plasma pH Drops, available only at alkavision.com, combine a unique formula of only the most alkaline minerals. AlkaVision Plasma pH Drops alkalize your water, ridding the body of harmful toxins, and helps you regain health and energy. Alkalizing your water by simply adding 10 drops of AlkaVision Plasma pH Drops helps the body rid itself of acidic waste, increases oxygen content, and raises the pH of your body to healthy levels. And bacteria and viruses cannot survive in an alkaline high pH environment. Order your bottle of AlkaVision Plasma pH Drops for only $29.95 at alkavision.com. That's ALKAvision.com. Or call 269-409-1776. 269-409-1776. Alkalize your body. Supercharge your health at alkavision.com today.
This alert just came in. This special announcement is for business owners and leaders of organizations who've been waiting for the right time to build. General Steel has made it impossible to wait any longer with rock-bottom prices that could save you thousands. That's right, General Steel, America's leader in pre-engineered structures, is offering buildings at prices you will never see again. Don't miss these prices. A 50 by 100 for $35,000. You heard right, that's 5,000 square feet for $35,000. Manufacturers, if you need a larger building, try a 100 by 100 commercial building for $129,000. You can't afford to rent with these prices. Imagine a 70 by 100 foot church building for under $69,000. With the economy improving and interest rates still at historic lows, you can't afford to wait. So call 866-91-STEEL. Lock in your price now. Call 866-91-STEEL. That's 866-917-8335.
Great minds think alike. The network for the independent-minded. The Genesis Communications Network. GC.
Welcome back to World Crisis Radio. This is Webster Tarpley reporting from Washington, D.C. In order to keep up with all of this, go to tarpley.net, tarpley.net. And the Tax Wall Street Party has now launched, as of several weeks ago, a daily